Jai Shri Ram. So we are starting today Canto 40. And what is the canto about? Brahma reassures the gods by telling them that the sons of Sagar will be destroyed by the curse of sage Kapila. The sons of Sagar, in the course of their excavation, arrive in the presence of Kapila and, behaving insolently towards him, are forthwith reduced to ashes by the fire of his wrath. तो इसके पहले वाले कैंटो में हमने क्या पढ़ा था कि सागर जो श्री राम जी के पूर्वज थे, उनकी 2 रानियां थी. एक रानी को एक बेटा हुआ जो कि बहुत ही दुष्ट था, और मगर उनका बेटा अंशुमान बहुत अच्छा था. और दूसरे पत्नी से उनको 60,000 बेटे हुए. वो जब अश्वमेध यज्ञ कर रहे थे, उस वक्त क्या हुआ कि इंद्र ने एक राक्षस का रूप धारण करके वो घोड़ा या अश्व चोरी कर लिया. और उसके बाद क्या हुआ, ये सारे के सारे बेटे गए और उन्होंने मतलब सब जगह खोदना शुरू किया ताकि वो घोड़े को ढूंढ के निकाल सके और वापस ले जाए. और इसमें उसके आगे के बारे में, hearing the representation of the gods, the venerable Brahma replied as follows to the gods, who were greatly alarmed and had been thrown into confusion by the might of the sons of Sagar, who had brought about the destruction of living beings on a large scale. This goddess Earth is a consort of the all-wise Lord Vishnu, the spouse of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, to whom this entire globe belongs. Assuming the form of Kapila, the same Almighty Lord incessantly supports the earth by dint of his yogic power. The sons of Sagar will shortly be consumed by the fire of his wrath. The excavation of the earth invariably takes place in every kalpa, and the destruction of the sons of Sagar too is foreseen by men possessing a long range of vision. Hence, there is no occasion for grief on this account either. Hearing the reply of Brahma, the progenitor of the entire creation, the gods, 33 in number, all capable of subduing their enemy, returned extremely delighted to their respective abode the way they had come. And while the earth was being excavated at the hands of Sagar's son, thus arose a terrific sound like that of a thunderstorm. Having walked round the whole earth, and excavated it too, all the sons of Sagar then sought the presence of their father and jointly made the following submission to him. The entire globe has been circumambulated and excavated, and powerful gods, demons and ogres, fiends, serpents and nags destroyed by us. Yet we have neither been able to trace the horse nor the stealer of the horse. What shall we do now? May your benign look descend on us and let a further plan of action be thought out for us in this matter. Hearing the aforesaid submission of those princes, O scion of Raghu, Sagar, the noblest of kings, angrily replied as follows: May prosperity attend you. Excavate the earth further, and, breaking it open, trace the stealer of the horse, and return only when you have accomplished your purpose. Bowing to the command of their high-souled father, Sagar, the 60,000 princes dug their way into Rasatal. Even while the earth was being further tunneled, they saw a sequel to that excavation, as an elephant huge as a mountain, Virupaksha by name, guarding the eastern quarter and supporting the globe. The great elephant Virupaksha, O scion of Raghu, supported on his hand the entire globe, including the mountains and forests. Whenever from exhaustion, O scion of Kakushta, the great elephant shakes his head for the sake of relief, a convulsion of the earth's surface ensures. Walking clockwise round the great elephant, guarding the quarter and thereby showing their respect to him, O Ram, they tunnel their way through Rasatal indeed. Having pierced the eastern quarter, they too then penetrated the southern quarter too. And in the southern quarter again, they found the great elephant Mahapadma, endowed with a colossal body resembling a huge mountain and supporting the earth on his head, and experienced great wonder. Walking round the elephant from left to right as a mark of respect, the 60,000 sons of the high-souled Sagar penetrated the western quarter. In the western quarter too, those were those very mighty princes beheld the great elephant guarding that quarter. Saumanasa by name, that resembled a mountain in size. Walking round the elephant clockwise and inquiring about his welfare, they then dug their way into the northern quarter, presided over by moon god. In the north, O chief of Raghus, they saw Bhadra, the elephant guarding that quarter, white as snow, supporting this globe on his beautiful body. Touching the elephant and walking round him from left to right, all the 60,000 princes set about digging the earth once more. Proceeding in the celebrated northeasterly direction, presided over by Lord Shiva, and as such held sacred for all holy undertakings, all the sons of Sagar continued digging the earth in an agitated mood. All those high-minded and exceedingly mighty princes, possessed of tremendous speed, actually beheld their eternal Lord Vishnu manifested in the form of sage Kapila, as well as a horse grazing not very far from that glorious sage, on which they all experienced incomparable joy. O scion of Raghu, thoughtlessly suspected him to be the man who had interrupted the sacrificial performance by stealing away the sacrificial horse. They felt enraged and rushed towards him with their eyes bedimmed through anger, carrying spades and plows and various kinds of trees and rocks, and said, "Stop, stop! You alone have stolen our sacrificial horse. Indeed, you know us to be the sons of Sagar, arrived in body, O evil-minded one." Seized with fury to hear that threat of theirs, O scion of Raghu, Kapila forthwith uttered the sound, expressive of contempt. The very next moment, the sons of Sagar were all burnt and reduced to a heap of ashes by that high-souled sage, Kapila of immeasurable glory. Thus ends Canto 40 in the Balakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. Now we come to Canto 41. Under orders of Sagar, his grandson Anshuman proceeds to Rasatal through the underground passage made by his uncles, and bringing back the sacrificial horse, tells the king about the fate of his uncles. So this is what we are going to read about it. Now that the sons of Sagar have been all burnt alive, जो हम लोग हिंदी में बोलते भस्म कर दिया उनको. So Anshuman was sent to see why they had not yet arrived back. So when he goes over there, he sees everything, and he sees that his uncles are no more, and he comes back with the horse and tells his grandfather about the things that he saw over there. So let us start listening. Perceiving that his sons had been away for a long time, O scion of Raghu, King Sagar spoke as follows to his grandson, Anshuman, resplendent with his own glory. You are valiant and learned, and the compeer of your forebears in splendor. Trace the whereabouts of your uncles, as well as the man by whom the sacrificial horse has been stolen away. The living beings inhabiting the subterranean regions are full of great prowess and gigantic of body. In order to meet their assault, therefore, take up a bow along with a sword. Bowing to those who deserve to be greeted, and at the same time killing those who come in your way, return you only when you have accomplished your purpose, and thus ensure the completion of my sacrificial performance. Duly instructed thus by the high-souled Sagar, and taking his bow and sword, Anshuman departed with quick paces. Urged by the aforesaid king, O jewel among men, he reached in no time the underground passage dug by his high-minded uncles. The exceptionally glorious Anshuman presently saw an elephant guarding one of the four quarters that was being worshipped by gods, demons, and ogres, fiends, winged creatures, and serpents. Walking clockwise round the elephant and inquiring after his welfare, he questioned him about his uncles as well as about the stealer of the sacrificial horse of his father. Hearing his aforesaid question, the highly intelligent elephant presiding over the quarter for his part replied, accomplished of purpose, O son of Asamanja, you will soon come back along with the horse. Hearing the aforesaid reply of the elephant, Anshuman proceeded to ask the same question of all the elephants guarding the quarters in their order of seniority and in a befitting manner. He was received with honor by all the elephants guarding all the four quarters, who could easily understand the meaning of others' speech and were equally adept in expression, and told that he would return along with the horse. Hearing that reply of theirs, Anshuman repaired with quick paces to the place where his uncles, the son of Sagar, lay reduced to heaps of ashes. Already fallen a prey to affliction on not finding them, the said son of Asmanja, for his part, thereupon felt deeply distressed over their death and actually cried in great agony. Nay, full of sorrow and grief, the tiger among men also perceived the sacrificial horse grazing on the spot not very far from him. He felt inclined to offer water to the spirits of those princes. Though desirous of water for that purpose, that exceptionally glorious prince, however, did not come across any reservoir of water nearby. Extending his penetrating vision all round, O Ram, he then saw Garud, the king of birds, who is swift as wind and the maternal uncle to his uncles. The exceptionally mighty Garud, son of Vinta, however, addressed to him the following admonition: this death of your uncles, O tiger among men, is conducive to the interests of all three worlds, inasmuch as it will serve as an occasion for the advent of the holy Ganga to the terrestrial plane. These exceptionally mighty princes have undoubtedly been burnt to death by sage Kapila of immeasurable glory. You should not therefore offer them earthly water, O Prince, O wise Prince. Ganga is the eldest daughter of Himavan, the deity presiding over the Himalayas. Offer water, O mighty armed prince, to the soul of your departed uncles in that river, O jewel among men. When the Ganga, which is capable of purifying the whole world, washes them, reduced as they are to heaps of ashes, this heap of ashes, soaked by Ganga, a river pleasing to the world, will take the souls of the 60,000 princes to the celestial plane. Taking the horse with you, O highly blessed one, depart from this region, O jewel among men. Thereby you ought to ensure the completion of your grandfather's sacrificial undertaking, O valiant prince. Hearing the admonition of Garuda, the celebrated Anshuman, who was exceptionally powerful and a great ascetic too, speedily returned to his grandfather's capital, taking the sacrificial horse with him. Then seeking the presence of the king, who stood consecrated for the sacrifice, yet, O scion of Raghu, he related exactly what had happened as well as reproduced faithfully the utterance of Garuda. Hearing that apparently awe-inspiring tale from the lips of Anshuman, the king Sagar concluded the sacrifice to the best of his capacity in accordance with the scriptural ordinance. Having performed the sacrifice, the glorious emperor, for his part, returned to his capital. The monarch, however, could not hit upon any plan for ensuring the descent of Ganga to the terrestrial plane. Failing to reach any conclusion in the aforesaid matter, even after a considerable time and having reigned for 30,000 years, the great king ascended to heaven. Thus ends Canto 41 in the Balakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. So, today's two cantos are over. Please do watch and please subscribe. Please do like the videos. Liking the videos is an advantage, I have been told. So please do like the videos. It does not really cost much to hit the like button. Please do it and subscribe to my channel. Jai Shri Ram.